everybody. Welcome back to the Nexus, where we spotlight some of our favorite local businesses. So glad you guys could tune in today. I have some really special guests here. They're a little bit new to me, so I'll also be getting to know them as you do today. But Rachel and I have connected, and she's just a really genuine, awesome person that I'm really excited for all of you to meet. So, without further ado, I'd love to welcome Rachel Adoy and Chara Tuam. They are with Worry Free Home Healthcare, and welcome, ladies. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, please give us a little bit of a background on who you are and what got you to Lincoln and doing home health care.
Rachel O'Doy, as you heard, I came to United States in 2013. I love United States, and I love Lincoln. It's my home. I love Lincoln. My first arrival was a surprise. I remember when we got off the flight in Omaha, it was 9 p.m. and it was bright. And I told my husband, "Is it really 9 p.m.?" And he said, "Yes, it's 9 p.m." Because where I come from, by 6:30, it's dark. It never changes.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh.
that was one thing that made me like, wow, it's different. And as time went on, I embraced it, and I'm part of it. When it doesn't get dark, it doesn't go like, okay, why? What's happening? So
My brother from Colorado always notices that when he's here too, because he's from Denver and the
yes,
mountains. The sun sets so much earlier, so
yes,
it makes a big difference.
oh yes,
You feel
it
like you
does.
gain a lot of your day back.
Yes,
So
it does change.
yeah.
And coming to Lincoln, Nebraska, is my husband was here. We got married, and then I came here, and things started happening as you're gonna hear me flow, and I find myself here. You're gonna hear a little bit of that story. I'll let Chara tell you, who this beautiful girl is.
Yes.
Oh man.
We
So
were just discussing her
right.
hair, how beautiful it is. I
Oh
love
man,
it.
I think I'm blushing. Well, I'm Chara, and I met Rachel in 2015, and so just I think she was just a divine connection for me. I just love her. Ever since I met her, she's just always just spoken life into me and just so much energy. I've been in Lincoln since 2010. I moved here, was at UNL. Then later on, again, came across Rachel. I was doing a lot of like clerical work, and then I switched my focus more into like the senior industry. So since 2015, actually, I've been in senior care, doing a
Okay.
lot of home care, doing a lot of community facility work. You name it, anything senior care, I was there. So that's kind of how Rachel and I got to. I mean, I knew her within that time that I was already making that switch, like as far as
Yeah.
career wise in my life. And so when Rachel had this dream of worry free home care, it's like, oh, I'm already in this field. Like I was
Yeah.
already doing it. So
Right.
it made sense. And by that time, we had known each other for a good amount of time to say, hey, let's do this.
I love how you said that she breathed energy,
Yes.
breathed life into you, and I
Yes.
feel like that's the connection that we had when we
Yes.
met Rachel.
Yeah,
I
That
think
is her.
everybody, if you have the opportunity, should meet Rachel. She's just kind of a
thank you.
dynamic, incredible
Yes. Yes.
person.
Thank you.
Very inspiring to me.
Yeah.
And so, tell us a little bit more about some of your why and why you really are passionate about um, home health care and just a little bit, just give us a little taste of Rachel Odoy.
Rachel O'Doy, I always tell people she's a simple lady. And then when I tell people I'm very simple, they're like, "You're simple." I'm like, "Oh, yes, as simple as you can see me." But why I got into this business is I was brought up by my grandmother. Me and my grandmother had a special bond. My dad passed away when I was 7. So me and Granny were like inseparable. Even the family would know where you see Rachel, grandma is there. Where you see grandma, Rachel is there, like would walk together. And then a time came, she was my rock, my hero, I'll say. She was I want to use like the person I knew that's my backbone. She got me
Yeah.
going and everything. So as you know, she brought me up and made sure that I grow up, and she was, trying to jug around to see, how can Rachel be, and she taught me a lot of things.
Mhm.
Me, like she was like my role model. Looking at her, she taught me so much. From you need to learn how to pray. You need to learn how to do this, and I would follow her. But to cut the long story short, when I made 14, Grandma fell really sick because I remember seeing her, come. I was in a boarding school. She came and checked on me and said, "Hey, Rachel, I'm not feeling well, and I don't think I'm gonna see you for so long. Forgive me if I get emotional, but I'll try to, not to say the deeper part of it so that I can stay strong." So I'm like, I don't know what she means, but it's grandma. So I went home.
Yeah.
She wasn't home. She was in the hospital. Went to the hospital, and oh my God, life just turned around. And just in a second, grandma was no longer the strong one I knew. The one who
Mm.
took care of me, now I had to take care of her.
What a role reversal.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So from changing her, giving her a bath, feeding her, like making sure that she's there because she spoke life to me. Now I'm
Mhm.
here trying to see that she gets better. And I remember she used to tell me, I don't think I'm going to get better, but I promise you, you'll be better. And I'm like, it don't make sense to me how I'll be better without you.
Oh.
So towards her death, she's getting closer. You remember she called and said, I want to whisper something to you, and said, trust in the Lord, be caring, uh, be strong, and always, always do things not for yourself, but think of other people. And she said, you'll be great. I'm like, I will not be great without you.
Mm.
So I rushed out of the room and said, Grandma, I'm going to go visit my uncle, and I couldn't stand watching her. So on that journey, I reached there, and in a very short time, like the next day, news came and said, Grandma is dead. Like, what are you talking about? Because I'm
Mm.
like 6 or 8 hours away. Like, she can't be dead. So going back, watching her, she died with that smile I left on her face.
Mm.
And I walked over and I said these words to her, I promise you, I will be a good girl, and I'll take care of others.
Mm.
So that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to get a little bit like that.
Well,
So I grew
it's
up with that
amazing. It's an amazing story.
because I
And
promised to take care of her
yeah.
and take care of others. And, I pushed through and all that. And here I am with Worry Free, taking care of others. And I didn't stop at that. I started a small NGO, take care of kids, because I saw myself in these kids, like orphans.
Yeah.
And I started from scratch. I wasn't getting help from nowhere because I was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
So I would, figure out how we eat together, how we do things together. I'll have these kids around me in my house, and they're going to school. I go shopping, and I go like beyond, because I always felt like I live with a motto: go, live above self.
Hmm.
That's how I live. That I don't live for me, but I want to make an impact.
Yeah.
So then I started what we a non-profit called Because of You. And because of you literally extends to why you see I started Worry Free Home
Yeah.
Care. So because of you, because of me, or because of the love I received, I am me. And because of the love that I got, I can give it to others,
Yeah.
to those orphans. And not only those, now I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm not in touch with those kids anymore. But the me with worry free, how do I get the worry off of people?
Hmm.
Because I sat down, I needed love and care when I was young. And now I want to take care of seniors like I took care of grandma.
Yeah.
That's when I called Chara and said, hey, I want to go in homes and I help somebody maybe vacuum or clean. And sometimes I go shopping and I'm like, oh God, I wish I could just push their cart. I'm like, I wish I could just do this. And
Mm.
you got to stay in your lane, right?
Well, it's hard when you have as big of a heart as you do,
Yeah.
Rachel. There's really no stopping
Yeah,
you, I
yeah,
don't think.
But I used to do it. I did it one time at Super Saver.
yeah.
Oh,
And
I've seen her do it.
I
before
can
worry
literally
free.
picture this.
And then one time I was in Walmart and I
Yeah.
saw this senior trying to push her cart,
Yeah.
and then she go to the car and she's putting them and things are falling. I'm like, I just couldn't resist myself.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, mom, can I help you?" She's like, "No, no, no, I'm okay." I'm like, "Please, please, please." She's like, "Oh, you can't let me say no." So I ended up loading her car, and I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, just drive off. I take the cart." So I
Yeah.
parked mine and then, took her cart back.
Yeah.
So wanting to go over and beyond, so I said, "Chara, I want to do something like that." And she said, "Oh, that's a home care. Okay, we can do this."
Yeah.
So we started doing research, and that's why you see some of the things we do. We do errands because that touched me so much. We go shopping
Yeah.
for them. Some of them want to go and like, okay, let's go together. And
Yeah, it
this,
gets them out and about doing the
yes,
things that they
Yes.
loved, and they just feel like are normal
Yes.
again, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Independence.
And they get to talk to the people in the aisles,
Yes.
and yeah, it just is such a great
You just
thing.
tell them,
Creates freedom.
Yes.
don't touch anything. The caregiver will take care of you. They, oh, I want to help. Like, no, just relax. Let's just have a walk, and the caregiver will carry everything you need.
Yeah.
And without Chara, I don't think I would have pushed it so much because she knew she's been here, she's grown up
Right.
here,
Yeah.
and I just came here. So to learn the culture, it took me time since
Yeah.
2013. Because one thing I know, I'm a social worker, but you have to study the culture, study the people, understand the people you're working with. Because now
Yeah.
I changed demography. I'm this way. So it took
Right.
me time. That's why Worry Free is like just born. It was conceived for a long time,
Yeah.
but then born last year. We had our 1 year celebration in March. So
Yay.
Worry
You
Free
made
was
it a year.
That was-
like we made
That was,
it.
yeah.
And Chara made it
Big
happen with her
milestone.
experience.
Oh, no.
She just says, "Oh, you can do this, you can do this." It's amazing, walking this journey and giving back. And
Right.
I feel like I just can't live without, helping. Sometimes it's hard to express in words.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Where I can't say the word, like, I'm learning to speak. Chara teaches me a lot of American English.
Oh, I think your English is really
I think her
good.
English
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes she says something, I'm like, huh?
Like when I say water.
I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are a few
yeah,
words once in a
but
while, but
I,
you're
Yeah.
good about like repeating. You can tell when
Yeah.
somebody doesn't understand, and so that's
I
good.
like to just pull her leg a little.
She does.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, kind of
yeah.
tease her right
Yes.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, but that is really kind of one of the things I think that sets you apart is, this is a business, and you are taking good care of your patients, and you have quality workers that are doing the home health care. But at the end of the day, you're trying to give back, and with that, because of you nonprofit, you're able to do that.
Mhm.
So um, it's, I'm sure, very rewarding to work in a company like that.
Oh
And
yes.
tell us a little bit
It's-
about what it is like. Kind of, you're a little bit more on the front lines,
Yes.
kind of doing the home health care side of things. And
Yes.
tell us just what it's like to be a client of Worry Free.
Oh man, I think to be a client, it's like, so first we start out by like if we get a call from a loved one, and let's say mom or dad's at home and needing help, or it might be they're transitioning, they maybe had a hospital stay, now they're coming home, so they reach out to us. So we start out by that in-home consultation, and that's always free. So that's when Rachel and I will go into the home. We get to meet the potential client and the family, just getting to know a little more about them and what their needs are, because
Mhm.
our services are really tailored to each person.
That's awesome.
So even let's say something like, oh, okay, light housekeeping, like there might be certain things that they need, a certain way, or maybe let's even say air quality in their home. Let's
Yeah.
even say maybe some, like you can't use chemicals, you need like natural products. So again, just knowing what it is that each person needs, and then even going to the memory care. Not everyone needs, when it comes to that Alzheimer's and dementia, they're at a different point as
Yep.
far as what they need and the services that we can offer. So again, just coming into the home, we meet them, we meet the family, and all of our services is just really open communication. Again, we have HIPAA, but with let's say whoever that family member is that's responsible, kind of that responsible party, and
Like a lot of communication
Yes.
back to the
yes,
families.
back to the family.
And when you're noticing that their needs have changed,
Yeah.
recommending
Yes.
what it is that change should be,
Yes.
if it's adding services or
Yep.
finding a new facility.
Yes.
You guys can kind of be that support system for the family.
Yes.
Can the clients hire you for as like very little to as much as they need, or is there kind of a minimum amount of help that they're going to be needing? Like, is it hourly?
Yes.
Yeah.
So our minimum was 4 hours.
Okay.
There have been times, like special instances, where we'll step in and we'll maybe do 3.
Okay.
But again, just to give that caregiver time, let's say if they do need, maybe they're going in to give baths, to assist with personal cares, maybe that light housekeeping, but also at the end of the day, so they have time to spend with them.
Mhm.
Just that mental stimulation for someone that's maybe isolated. So our minimum hours as of now is 4 hours a day.
Okay.
So if they're to call, again, just to be able to do whatever is needed within the home, but to still have that time with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even just time visiting,
Yes.
having that social interaction sometimes is what they need. That's awesome. Well, what else do our viewers need to know about worry-free home care? Is there anything extra that we haven't talked about today?
Yeah, we are always in need of caregivers
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
and caring caregivers. I'll put it because there's so many caregivers who are just, I just need a dollar, but there is a caregiver who is caring and they go out and they speak the name.
Yeah.
A caregiver who will come in the home and they'll show love. Because worry-free home care is there to take away worry from the family. That's why we say worry-free home care. Have peace of mind when you stay in your home.
Oh,
Just have that peace of mind because we take away the worry from you.
yeah.
So we are always in search of caregivers, and maybe some of the services we can just list them, for the sake of time. I'll let Chara break down the services.
Okay. So we offer companionship. We have personal care services. We offer postpartum care. So that's for mom and baby. Just, that time where it's like, okay, they're going home. And it's like we're all excited about the baby coming home and we forget about mom. Our services allow us to come into the home to be able to help her and just, help her get rest during that time.
Yeah, Rachel mentioned that you do that, and
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that we
Yes.
talked about that today. I was thinking
Yeah.
about it earlier, so I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Postpartum care
Yeah.
is really
Critical. It's
Yes.
so critical.
Because I
Yeah.
personally had
It's a hard
preeclampsia.
time for
Yeah.
especially new
Oh,
mothers.
yes.
Yes.
So important.
Yeah.
I was hospitalized when my blood pressure was 225 over 115 after having my baby.
Mhm.
So that time in the hospital in ICU, made me think a lot. And when I got out, couldn't stand on my own or
Yeah.
carry my baby. But Chara stepped in and helped me for those hours. So when I got back on my feet, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go become a doula, and we need postpartum care for mothers
Yeah.
because you never know what's gonna happen when you're in the hospital.
Yeah.
The baby comes out just in a snap.
Mm.
They call preeclampsia the slow killer.
Oh, right. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Preeclampsia.
Yeah, it just comes in and takes the mom, and you're like, what happened? She was okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
Like I escaped death by just like, how could you? Because everything happened to me that ICU, but I made it
Really?
out.
Is this with your most recent?
My
Yes.
most
Oh, my
recent
goodness.
10-month-old baby.
Yes. Rachel has a few businesses, a nonprofit, and 3 kids.
Yes.
One of
Yeah,
which
right,
is
right.
a newborn
Yep,
still.
I'm also an author, by the way.
Yes.
Right. I
Yeah.
wanted to mention that too.
Yes, I
Yes.
have 3 books out on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
yeah, you have to find her. But Rachel is Racheal, which is
Yes.
a little unique,
Yes.
Yes.
and Odoy, Odoy.
Yes.
But yes, they're great, wonderful books. I
Yes.
purchased them myself,
Yes.
and
Oh,
I'm
yes.
part way through one since
Yeah.
I just met Rachel. I haven't
Yeah.
read them all, but it is inspiring regardless. I'm
Mm.
sure that they will all be amazing.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are really good reads.
Well, we kind of interrupted you to talk about the postpartum.
Yes.
So what other services?
So we have, I said, companionship, postpartum, personal care. We have memory care. We have transportation, med reminders. Let's see, respite care. Respite care is really huge because we step into the home. Let's say you have a full-time caregiver, like a family caregiver, and it's like, oh, you know what? I just maybe need a weekend. We need a vacation or something.
Right.
We step in for that time, and then once you're back, you can step into your normal day to day.
Yeah.
So So we have
That's
that.
huge for those caregivers
Yes.
to keep their sanity.
Sanity,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even that can be covered by some insurance sometimes
Ah.
too, I've heard. Maybe not.
Yes and no. There's
Okay.
it's kind
Look
of this
into
gray
it
area.
though if
Yeah.
you are a full-time caregiver
Yeah.
because I mean that assistance, just kind of getting out of the house and being able to be yourself again for an
Yes.
hour would be like so
Yeah.
huge. So
Because it helps you step back and just refreshed and just you're not you're just you're also that energy that you have when you're taking care of them makes a world of a difference.
Yep.
So
Yep, you need to be your best self
Yes.
to be able to take care of
Yes.
them. Yeah.
and I'm
And
pretty sure-
errands, you said
errands,
too.
yes. We do
That
errands.
might be part of one of the other
Doctor's
ones.
appointment.
Yes. So errands, and like appointment reminders.
Yeah.
Just really anything that you need in the home that's non-medical, um,
Okay.
to just help them live a more independent life, and
Yeah.
just to make that quality of life. And just a lot of people just want to stay home, so
Mhm.
we're here to provide those services so they can.
They want to have as many of their days
Yes.
in the home that they cherished and raise their family,
Yes.
and so as long as you can keep them there and keep them healthy and
And
happy
safe,
and safe
Yes.
is number one priority,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Well, I really appreciate both of you coming in today. I know that duty called, so
Yes.
we started Nexus a little late today, so appreciate your patience
Yes.
out there. They had, an issue
Yeah.
with a client, and
Yeah.
so appreciate you still making it in
Yes.
and telling us your story. And everyone should meet these lovely ladies. They're just amazing. So thank you again.
Thank you for having us.
You guys can check them out on Facebook and connect with them there. So
On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Twitter.
You Google us, you'll find us.
yeah, yeah. And if you're looking for a career change or home health care is appealing to you, then that's another reason to reach out.
Yep.
So awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you in a few weeks.